The dictation will be start in 10 seconds, so be ready for the dictation. Start. The High Court thus accepts the well-established rule of Hindu law of Stridhan that the articles mentioned in category within bracket A are meant for the exclusive use of the bride and are her personal property store. Unfortunately, however, with regard to category within bracket C, while discussing the question of the rights of the bride to her exclusive property upon her entry in her matrimonial home, the High Court has wrongly applied what it had previously held with regard to category within bracket A store. In one breath, the judges says that the bride is entitled to retain her ownership irrespective of her entry and presence in the matrimonial home, and in the other they come to the conclusion that the moment a married woman enters her matrimonial home, all her properties including her exclusive property become a joint property, a fiction of being placed in the custody of her husband or his relations stop. While we agree with the first part of the categories as extracted above, we find it difficult to accept the other proportions adumbrated at a later stage of the judgment which have been fully discussed by us stop. We fail to understand how the High Court, while finding that joint enjoyment does not divest a Hindu wife of her exclusive ownership, still choose to treat it joint property of the two spouses by the mere factum of joint user store. The two views expressed by the High Court stand contradicted by its own findings and are fully understandable. Stop. Thus, a detailed analysis of the judgment of the Punjab and Haryana High Court in Vinod Kumar's case within bracket Supra appears to us to be a mass of confusion and lacks both clarity and coherence. Stop. We are therefore unable to uphold or support the view of the High Court that upon entering a matrimonial home, the ownership of Stridhan property becomes joint with her husband or his relations. Stop. To this extent, therefore, we overrule this decision and hold that with regard to the Stridhan property of a married woman, even if it is placed in the custody of her husband or in laws, they would be deemed to be trustees and bound to return the same if and when demanded by her. Stop. There is a judgment of the Allahabad High Court which more or less takes the same view as the Punjab and Haryana High Court in Vinod Kumar's case within bracket Supra Stop.